remote work. It's different. It is not better. It is not worse than in person. And here's why. Certainly, all other things being equal, in person collaboration is tremendously helpful. When I have worked in person with a whole team that was also in person, just the ability to talk to people next to me between meetings and also just read people's emotions during meetings and be able to discuss things live. It's a very different feeling than working remotely. I could walk up to the whiteboard and we could talk through whatever problem we were discussing and draw it out. And while there has been a lot of progress made in the technological tools that replicate in person, is still simply an attempt to replicate in person work. And so I'll be clear that all of the things being equal, definitely in person work trumps remote work. But all of the things are not equal. I personally live in San Diego, California. It is a burgeoning tech scene, but it is not the Bay Area around Silicon Valley. It is not in Austin. It is not in New York yet. It probably won't ever be quite those three places in terms of number of startups or amount of talent available. So just as a good example, a company that is founded in San Diego, they could either pick from a smaller population that's local if they just want to hire people in person, or if they're willing to hire remotely, they could pick from a much larger talent pool. One that is, first of all, has just more people in it and therefore more likely to have someone who matches the skill set and culture fit that you need. Two, might be cheaper. When I think about, what salaries look like in a New York or a San Francisco or an Austin compared to being able to hire someone who's based in maybe San Diego, maybe Pittsburgh, maybe even offshore, there are big differences in cost. As much as you want to have everyone be the best possible talent, there are obviously some trade-offs when it comes to cost. If someone costs half as much but produces 75% as well, that feels like a pretty good trade-off. Rather have two of that person than one of someone else. All that's to say that while in-person collaboration is always better, the availability of talent to a startup who, one, is cash strapped and two, really needs to hire people quickly really changes the trade-offs or the balance between in-person and remote. And so for that reason, I believe that remote is one, here to stay, but also two, is probably a better fit for most startups just because of the availability of talent.